So today I'm home, right? And so today is pretty important day because I'm gonna be learning a pretty in-demand skill today, right? It's gonna be I'm not gonna say what it is because I'm not trying to give you guys ideas, but I'm just trying to keep that private though. But I am gonna be learning a pretty high income-based skill. So today, which I already did, some work on, but I'm gonna keep learning it and stuff. Gonna get pretty good at it. I think I can do it. Because if I do that at least, then I can like really start getting some cash. But my body weight's going up, which is good. Um, I have to eventually work out today. I gotta hit triceps. I gotta hit chest. I gotta hit a lot of things, like the whole body. No joke. So it's gonna be a full body day. And going from there, it's gonna be a lot of eating. But yeah, so basically here's what right. So I'm gonna start off with chest, so 5x5 pause benching. Most important thing for me, right? Because I need my chest first. Chest comes first. Because if I do back first, my chest isn't gonna be as like well supported and stuff. So I'm gonna have to hit chest first. 5x5 pause benching, and then I'm gonna do like 185 for 5x5. That's like the 7% run rep max for my working sets. It's gonna be probably like 75% of my 1 rep max. But that's gonna build a lot of bench because when you do pause benching, there's no stretch reflex when you're benching. So that's really important for gains, especially in the strength department. Then I'm gonna hit triceps right after. And after triceps, I'm gonna hit shoulders. And after chest, shoulders, triceps are done, it's gonna be back and biceps. I'm gonna start with lats, then the upper back, then the lower back, then the biceps, and then I'm gonna do forearms. After forearms are done, I gotta do neck, right? And then from there, I gotta do abs. And then I'm gonna finish everything off with legs. Pretty big day, not gonna lie. I'm gonna have a lot of film. I have a lot of stuff to film today. So at least we'll have some film for the channel, but yeah, that's really about that. Now specifically, how am I gonna train today? I mean, I always talk about training. I feel like I don't know. It's like the same thing over and over. So I'm not too sure. But right now I'm just going for a walk. Just did some work. Worked on a couple things. Now I gotta live stream and then I gotta bring wood in the house, vacuum the stairs, and after that, then, hey, Choco Cat, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's a nice day out today. So, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, yeah, today's a full body day. It's gonna be pretty intense. It's gonna be kind of tiring, but I'm probably gonna do more low volume. It's gonna be low volume, but pretty like, but it's gonna be a lot of total sets for the full body. But like everything's like it's only like 4 to 6 sets a muscle. So, and if I wanted to save time, I could do supersets, but like honestly, for the superset fashion is kind of, it's not that efficient for me. I don't know. It's just like, and like I'm already I mean, no, it's good for the heart. I have the endurance for it. Like for example, I'll do a squat and then I'll do deadlifts. That's like the most taxing thing you can possibly do. No, I mean like more like biceps triceps training. You do like overextensions and like hammer curls or something right after, just to save time, but not that important. Like my rest periods are really short, only like a minute long, and then I'm like fully back, like ready to go. But only time that like it takes me a few minutes is my compound lifts. They always take me a couple minutes. So that's that. My accessory lifts, those like my isolation lifts, those are all lifts that take me a little time to do. Alright. Sorry about that. My wife was competing with my service. Hey Lara, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. What am I doing? I'm just live streaming right now. Well, obviously I am, but it's kind of rude. My bad. Right now I'm just talking about like lifting, like what I'm doing today for my workout and going for a walk. So. Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. But I am learning like some, I need to learn some skills and stuff. Like today I've been trying to learn more, certain things so I can like make some extra money. But see what happens. I'm trying to do like a remote job as well, you know? And there's tons of them, and I'm trying to do a certain thing, but you know, it's kind of hard right now. Like I'm looking at all the credentials you need, and you know, so like Indeed is just not a good job seeking app. It's just not that good. Like I have like horrible luck with it. Yeah, I'm kind of out of ideas, but What else should I talk about? You guys ever try L-carnitine? Like tartrate? It's really great for it's a great amino acid for like your androgen receptors. So it promotes their upregulation density and their sensitivity. So if you want to give that a try. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't have any questions to answer, so I'm like, I don't know. I'm just walking around. So if you guys just want to enjoy the walk, go for it. But I eventually want to, if you, like, the thing is, like, I've had streams where, like, people would, like, ask me, consistent questions, and I can keep the flow going, But it's hard when there's nobody on. Mm-hmm. 30 minutes upstream. So, technically speaking, in the past my streams were technically started by now, but so we got quite a while till stream is over, guys. Yeah. But the bulk is going pretty good right now. Definitely slow, but It could be faster if I eat more, but no, it's actually going pretty good right now. Next steps in my procedures, I just gotta keep on putting on more size. Just eat more food. That's it. Nothing special. Go for a walk in the road. Yep, nice out today, man. Yeah, all the snow is starting to melt. I can't wait for spring and summer again. That's gonna be a miracle when spring and summer's back. So I got this month, next month, so like 2 more months. 2 months to get my stuff situated. Hey guys, I don't know what to talk about really. I have no questions, so I can't formulate anything, but see what happens. Goodness gracious, it's bright out. Next thing, guys. So, moving on. Right, for what's tomorrow's workout program gonna look like? So that's gonna look like legs based or more triceps. Probably more triceps, honestly, because I'm gonna be pretty sore everywhere. So I'm gonna do triceps tomorrow again because I gotta really hit the triceps. Because my triceps, you know, they're gonna go really fast. They're important for my bench press. And they're easy to grow. So definitely gonna be focusing on that. But yeah, I have nothing to really talk about, so I might just be silent for most of the stream. So enjoy the peacefulness. Enjoy just the walk, I guess. But if you guys have questions, I'll read off. I'm gonna look at the screen every now and then. So we have 23 minutes left to stream. But yeah, I don't know, man. So but yeah, so my like any New Year's resolutions, guys, right? Mine are get as big as possible, make more money, and move out. Right? And those are my main three. Then my secondary ones are get this YouTube channel to 1,000 subs. And go on vacation more. With, you know what I mean? Not with my family, but with my girlfriend. Because doing anything with my family is impossible, so, you know. So that's like the main thing, just making more money. That's my biggest, but the making more money is like, I have to get bigger and stuff physically. So, gonna work on building muscle, right? Because that's my marketing. And then, and it's not just about the money, guys. It's just you need money to live. I don't care about having hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's nothing like that. I just want to be able to like share, you know, be able to, you know, share my knowledge with the world and stuff, like share like my philosophies on training, and like help other people train and stuff, see how they, you know, improve their physiques, and go from there. But yeah, a big one, like I talked about, is insulin sensitivity. I'm gonna talk about this every stream from now on, right? Insulin sensitivity. The more insulin sensitive your muscle cells are, which, you know, which helps by actually working out. That's why actually working out actually reduces fat, because insulin sensitivity. Sorry, I got distracted. But insulin sensitivity, right? When you actually work out, your muscle cells are starving, so it's gonna pull nutrient stuff from your body and whatnot, and the food you eat, so you can build more muscle, or maintain that muscular size from the stress. But what this does is it starves the fat cells. So this is why people tend to lose fat as they do resistance work, right, training and cardio, because it starves the fat cells. Because especially when you're on a cut, that's why when you cut, work out, do your cardio, you tend to not lose that much muscle mass as compared to your fat, because you're starving the fat cells, because the muscles are taking priority because they're actually being used for something. While the fat cells just kind of stay as extra storage. They're there for extra storage, so your body's breaking that down. You know, you're cutting stuff because that's the extra storage, so that's why you tend to, you know, lean out and stuff. So working out and making, you know, maintaining muscular strength while you're cutting, doing your cardio every day, that's gonna help you really, you know, get into that process. But you know, insulin sensitivity is super important to muscles, specifically the muscle cells. But the more insulin sensitive your muscle cells are, the more responsive they are to training, more food, they grow faster. and usually this day will take so much more nutrient stuff from the body that the fat has nowhere to grow and accumulate. So lipolysis could take an effect, which then breaks down the fat, keeping you lean, of course, to a level, right, to a usual sustainable level. But some people are sustainable, like me, is below 8%. I can stay like 7 to 8% all year round, no problem. Sometimes below that, depending on like my eating. But if I really want to diet down for bodybuilding show, I can get down to 4 to 3%. You know. But it's all about insulin sensitivity. That's why you gotta actually work out, actually do these things. Testosterone and stuff like that is gonna improve your insulin sensitivity. So, optimizing your metabolic environment, so make sure you're not stressed out consistently all the time. You know, these are the kind of things you gotta like look out for. Then of course you want to optimize your hormonal profile, so making sure testosterone is in the optimal range to higher range. SHBG is usually preferably low, like optimal, right? All these things will help build muscle, insulin sensitivity, so which builds even more muscle, keeps the fat low. So, and of course your thyroid, right? How big of an engine do you have? So can you that's your engine right there, your thyroid gland. It's all these things, right? But the best way to do this, guys, is making sure you're getting enough sleep. That's the first one, I feel like, because most people are doing the dieting, but they're not sleeping enough. Get more sleep. Number 2, as much as you can, get as much sleep as you possibly can. Right? Number 2, diet. Making sure you're not deficient in any main minerals and nutrients, vitamins. Omega-3 fatty acids, you know what I mean? Like, your fats. Can't be deficient in those. You'll destroy your hormonal profile, and your skin quality will go down. So it's making sure your diet. It's very simple at this point. If you're into the fitness sphere and stuff, like this stuff is relatively simple. Making sure your sleep's on point, your diet is perfect, or not just perfect, but like making sure you're not deficient, right? You don't want to be malnourished. Making sure you're not malnourished. What I mean by that, it's not about how much food you eat. It's about if you're nutritionally deficient. So keep that in mind. So get regular blood work done, okay? And then the third thing is training, actually working out. And then doing your cardio and stuff. This is what's gonna keep you muscular and lean all year round. Yes, there's gonna be people who have harder times, all right? So they have to do more work, they have to do more cardio, or they have to eat even more food. Like, it's not about, oh, that means they have to train even more and take a bigger responsibility. Training. It's like, no. Like, they're gonna do they just need to stimulate the muscle growth to actually go to the gym, train hard. So that doesn't mean, train like Tom Platz every time you go to the gym. What I mean is, like, you still be training hard, but reasonable volume. So usually low, high intensity seems to be the best for most people, right? So 2 sets of muscle group. 2 sets of exercise, like 2 exercises per muscle, 2 to 3 exercises per muscle, right? These kind of things. Getting enough sleep every day, so like just sleeping until your body, until you like wake up. You should be sleeping without an alarm. You should be waking up just like, oh, okay, I'm fully rested. But so these are the kind of things I look out for. So the 3 main things, and then of course your environment. Are you in the best environment possible, right? So these are things you want to look out for, right? Basically, it's like, are you stressed out all the time? These kind of things. Is your environment preventing you from actually doing the things you need to be doing? Right? That's why I'm not, that's why, like, for me, if I move out and stuff, right, I can do whatever I need to do. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be, like, forced by somebody to do stuff that I don't need to, like, I don't need to be micromanaged. I'm not gonna be micromanaged. So. Alright. We're 32 minutes into the stream, guys. We have 13 minutes left. A little under 13 minutes, but. Which is pretty good, man. We're doing really, really good. But yeah, that's just, like I said, insulin sensitivity is gonna be the really most, like, super underrated, super important, most anabolic compound in the body. But it's not about how much insulin you have in your body. It's not about how much testosterone, it's how much of testosterone is being used, how sensitive you are to actual testosterone. Because somebody with 100 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone could be, but if somebody with super sensitive androgen receptors, I mean, that's kind of an outlier. Somebody with like 400 nanograms per deciliter with sensitive androgen receptors, or somebody with like 800, but like no average androgen receptors, right? You got the sensitive androgen receptors is gonna win every time. Same thing with insulin. If you're more sensitive to insulin and stuff, like you respond greater, your body's not gonna have to work as hard to produce these hormones. Your body just already has like, it's just naturally like super. Compare it like this, right? Think of the flame as testosterone, right? And you have the gas, which is the androgen receptor. The more gas you have, the greater the flame is. With such a little flame, you don't need, like, let's say you use a lighter and then you use a match, like, or a flame. Let's just say you use a flamethrower, right? And you have a match. You may use that amount of fire, right, on the gas. But if you have like less gas, it's gonna be less fire, right? But you use a match, but you have way more gas, it's gonna be much greater fire. Because why? You have more gas, you have more androgen receptors, more sensitive. They're more sensitive. It's all about the receptors, guys. It's not about the amount of hormones. Don't worry. Yes, you're gonna respond even greater to. That's why steroids work, obviously. But I'm just saying, getting the receptors right. And this is why we should be fine. This is why we should define science. Should be focused on the receptors, the myostatin, right? The myostatin's a big one too, but it's all about like how it's because myostatin has receptors and stuff too, I believe, so right? Because if your body's not responsive to like myostatin, for example, and if super responsive to follistatin, you'll be seeing these crazy gains. So it's all about the receptors. It's about having the right receptors, deregulating the bad ones that cause catabolism, or putting yourself in a catabolic state. So if our science finds ways to truly like sensitize the good receptors and the bad receptors for muscle growth, we will see everybody's gonna be like Ronnie Coleman, bro. Obviously not to that, you know what I mean? Like everybody's gonna be like Superman. So we should be focusing, but nobody wants to because you know why? Money. If we focus on receptors and stuff, we get that straight away. Nobody's gonna need gear there's no reason to take gear. Which is a huge market, by the way. Steroids are a gigantic market nowadays. But yeah, so keep that in mind, guys. Focus on the receptors. That's why you're making sure your diet's on point, sleep's on point, and your training's on point. Those are the best ways to downregulate the bad genes and upregulate the good genes. That's what good genetics means. Is you have more of the good than the bad. Right? That's all that means. Like good genetics is somebody with sensitive growth hormone receptors, IGF-1 receptors, insulin receptors, and androgen receptors. Somebody with and then also having usually, and really good genetics is somebody with the same thing, but less myostatin receptors, more follistatin receptors, right? That's like really good genetics. That's like, holy crap, you should be Mr. Olympia because that's a very rare combination to have. But usually somebody with this profile, that's the thing, it's all a positive feedback loop. Like the more good receptors you have, the less the bad ones you have. It's just how it is. Because the more anabolic you are, the less catabolic you are. You don't want to be catabolic. Most people are not catabolic, which is good. Most people can actually be in an anabolic state. Even somebody who takes gear is not going to look that good compared to like somebody, like that's why most Mr. Olympians just look incredible. Or I mean, most Olympians, all of Mr. Olympians look incredible because they all have, guess what, really good genetics. Some have really, really good genetics, like super genetics, like Flex Wheeler, where he had the perfect, just like no myostatin, like they're just downregulated myostatin, upregulated follistatin, everything else is just on point, which just allowed him to just be so great. But if he really trained like Dorian Yates, he could be one of the greatest Mr. Olympians of all time. But he didn't. Like a lot of these guys should have been like, whoa, like Mr. Olympia. Like they had the potential to be Mr. Olympia, like real Mr. like the best of all time. That's why Ronnie Coleman is just still considered like the greatest, because he really pushed the boundaries. Like he was the only person who pushed the boundaries further than Dorian Yates. He pushed the boundaries beyond food. He loved the sport. He had the perfect brain. It's a very, very rare, like that's why people say there will never be Ronnie Coleman, because he just had everything right going on for him. And when it came to bodybuilding, like he had the brain for it. So, at first I don't know about this bodybuilding thing, but he came to realize like, holy crap, like I could actually make something out of myself out of it. So he really took, he's like, you know what, I love this, because he's actually good at it. To finally be good at something is amazing. So keep that in mind, guys.
No, he doesn't. He said he says his roommate is very quiet.
People are running. But yeah, I don't miss those days. Cross country, don't miss that for shit. And now, guys, now there's more to good genetics, right? Now you have muscle attachments. Ronnie Coleman, really good muscle attachments. Of course he still had flaws, because at the end of the day, we're all human. To be totally like that's why everybody was like, Flex Wheeler could have been a true Mr. Olympia, because he had the muscle attachments, the structure, the metabolism, right? Everything. He had everything. The blueprint was set. But his training was ass. But he still had one. He could have been. He was never Mr. Olympia, I don't think, but he very well could have been. So. Here we have 5 minutes left to stream, guys. Well, guys, we were around again in the stream. Appreciate everybody for watching. It means the world to me. I get to be able to do this every day. You know, quite amazing. You know, I love doing this every day. So I was able to talk about some things at the end, not gonna lie. But I'll see you guys around. So thank you everybody for who liked, who you know, commented. I appreciate it. And that's all I can say. Alright guys, that's about it. Alright, peace.